Hello and welcome to another Google Hangout. And we're going to discuss a bit of the transfer news for January. I'm going to look ahead to the game against Stoke City and talk a little bit about the team lineups and give our score predictions. Looking ahead to January, there's been a lot of talk about different transfers and players coming in, and I don't know what your thoughts are on the transfers. If you think we're going to sign any players or any players going out or anything that has come up in the press over the last few days.
I really think that a few defensive options would really cement us into third place. We're being linked with Seamus Coleman these last 2 or 3 days, and I think that'd be a great addition to our team because I think that if he can stay healthy, he can get forward, he can play the wing back role, he can play the right back role, and I think he's a quality defender. And unlike Raphael, like I said, he could stay healthy. I think he'd be a major upgrade to our team. The rumored fee would be around £25 million if the deal does happen. A little pricey, but again, you're playing for another player who you're going to get some years out of, who potentially could develop even more into a better attacker, a better defender. I don't know the Mats Hummels situation. I don't know if he would leave in January. He is the captain. They're in the relegation zone, so it'd kind of be a little messed up if he left during a relegation battle. But I definitely think that one will be left for the summer. Everyone's favorite Dutchman defender that they want to see. Some people want to see, some people don't. I don't know if he would be an upgrade personally. But Ron Vlaar has come out and said he hasn't heard anything, and if they wanted him, that surely he would have heard something. So I don't know. Another note, Martin Odegaard continues his tour of Europe. He was training with United yesterday, or he was at training, and he met Louis van Gaal. So we'll see what happens with that one. He said to make his decision in the summer. He's got he could pick from any club in Europe. Kevin Strootman, that's another one. I don't know if that one's going to happen or not. But I was saying earlier, Gareth Bale played today against Milan in a friendly, and after the game he was asked about the Manchester United deal, and he said absolutely not. He's happy in Madrid. He loves the weather. He loves and he wants to win more trophies, and that he would even be up to extending his contract past 2019. So that one's pretty much dead in the water.
Yeah, I don't really see the Gareth Bale one happening, especially with Marco Reus coming out in the papers saying that he might be going to Atletico Madrid now, so for around 20 million, which seems quite cheap, really. With the Seamus Coleman one, that would be quite a good addition to our squad. Not too sure if he's going to come in January or not. Everton aren't doing too well, so it could happen. With the Strootman deal, I'm not really sure if that will happen in January. And then again, there's Mats Hummels. They're the three sort of players that I'll be looking to sign, really. Ron Vlaar, I'm not really sure on him. Although I've been hearing that Mats Hummels hasn't been playing quite as well this year in the Bundesliga, but they are playing pretty bad this year. Borussia Dortmund, I think they're second from bottom at the moment, so you never know. But they've still got Champions League football, and I don't think they'd really want to sell him if they're in a relegation scrap at this moment in time. Anyway, moving along to the game against Stoke City. A real difficult game, I feel, on hands here, especially with our away form this season. It hasn't been great. They always give everyone a tough game, as we saw when they were 3-0 up at half-time against Arsenal. They only lost 2-0 against Chelsea the other week. And so I'm not really sure what sort of game we're going to get. Probably a difficult game. What's your thoughts on the upcoming game?
Since we last played them, they're playing pretty well. They went on, they beat Arsenal, they beat Everton. They're coming off back-to-back clean sheets. Like you said, the only loss they had was the Chelsea game, and they played them tough. You know what you're getting when you go to Stoke. It's going to be tough, physical. They're going to lump the ball forward to Peter Crouch. The only positive is that Bojan is actually a doubt for this game, so I think that'll definitely help us out. It'll be interesting, though, because we're coming off that game against Spurs where we were probably a little exhausted and we didn't put our chances away in the first half. So I think that it's going to be a tough one, but I'm really hoping we get these 3 points because I think they're necessary to keep pace. Because I don't think Southampton and Arsenal are right behind us.
Yeah, definitely. I said the other day that I think 4 points out the two games would be a decent return considering our away form. So I really feel that we really need to win this particular game. It's a bit difficult to know which sort of lineup that Louis van Gaal is actually going to play in this game, isn't it? Considering all the players we've got coming back from injury, and hearing Antonio Valencia might be out of this match, which causes a bit of another problem. Luke Shaw did come back in the game the other day. We brought three more defensive-minded players on in that game against Tottenham, so I'm not sure if there is a couple of injuries there. So I'm not really sure what sort of lineup you would play for this match.
I'm going to try and get into Louis van Gaal's head here. And I'm going to play with three at the back. I'm going to put Evans in the middle with Jones and Smalling either side. I think that Smalling is our best defender. I rate him above Jones, and I thought since the City game, I thought he was playing really well, and it's unfortunate that he suffered that muscle injury. I think it's a little too early for Luke Shaw, and I think Ashley Young has played well and deserves his spot for this game at least. So I put him at left wing back. With the injury to Valencia, I really had no other choice. I put Raphael at right wing back, Carrick and Rooney in central midfield, Mata in the hole off of Van Persie and Falcao. And I think we just, you can see how we're lacking the Daily Blind and the Ander Herrera players because we just aren't moving the ball fast enough from the back. I read a really good article from someone about that and how Herrera and Blind are those type of players to come get the ball off the back four and distribute it like so. And I think we're really missing that, here now. I think that we need to play a little more through the middle instead of trying to just go out, no David Moyes, go out wide 100-some crosses a game. It will be interesting. I don't know who you've gone for, but I know he did say Herrera and Januzaj are back in training, so I would imagine they would be on the bench, and they'll give us some options. Because in the last game, we really didn't have many options off the bench forward thinking. I think he had Andres Pereira and James Wilson, but those are two young players. So hopefully these players get back healthy so we can get some quality off the bench. Because we were speaking earlier about, a Coleman and a Hummels, and that pushes Phil Jones and Johnny Evans to the bench where they're not bad bench players. You would bring in maybe a Strootman. Then you have players like Herrera and Mata and other firepower off the bench because to win the league, you don't just need a good, strong starting 11. You have to have depth and quality and depth, and I think that's where we lack too.
Yeah, definitely. Some good strength and depth will be great, especially for next season because we haven't got too many games this year. That's why I think that probably Strootman will come in the summer because we do have quite a few players that could play in midfield this season. Obviously, David Hare is definitely going to be in goal. It's whether he picks the three at the back or goes back to a traditional four at the back. I'm not too sure. I think he may go for a four at the back if Luke Shaw plays. I think he probably will. Which I've got a feeling he might play Luke Shaw, but if he plays Luke Shaw, I think Raphael will be on the right. But it's the other two defenders I'm not too sure about. I think Phil Jones will most likely be in there, and probably Chris Smalling if he's fit. I'm hearing that Marcos Rojo probably will be back now for the game, so he could be on the bench and whatnot. Obviously, I'm not too sure about the midfield. If he does play with the two wing backs, then I probably would have to put Evans in there and probably Ashley Young instead. But apart from that, I think obviously Michael Carrick's going to be in midfield. Probably Wayne Rooney will be again, although I'm not a big fan of Wayne Rooney in midfield. Even though he did have quite a decent game against Newcastle. Then it will be Radamel Falcao, Van Persie, and obviously Juan Mata, had a great game against Tottenham. I'm not too sure what happened to Januzaj. I've been hearing that he has been injured, but there was talk of him going out on loan, so I'm not sure if he'd be risked if it is true that he is going out on loan. How do you actually see this match going in this game? I presume you're going to probably predict Manchester United winning this, but I said that 4 points out of the 2 games wouldn't be a bad result, and I think we probably will win myself.
I think that we'll try and go for a more possession-based game, but I don't know if that's going to happen. You can always game plan for what you want to happen, and then that can go out the window in the first 10 minutes with a goal or sending off or anything like that. But I think we will try and dominate possession. Speaking on you not liking Wayne Rooney in the midfield, putting Wayne Rooney in the midfield is the only way that him, Mata, Van Persie, and Falcao are all on the pitch at the same time.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's going to be interesting. Like I said, if in the summer you bring a Strootman in, then he can play there, and then where does Mata fit? There's so many questions to be answered, and I'm really looking forward to the future in the summer, and bringing some new players in. But for this game, like I said, I think we'll try and dominate possession. They're going to try and lump the ball forward, especially with Bojan being out. So I think that three in the back, the extra height with Smalling and Evans, will help with these crosses coming in. But I think it's going to be a really open game, and I think it's going to be, hopefully it's a lot of action. Hopefully we score a lot of goals, but it's not going to happen like that, I don't think. I think it'll be a 2-1 to United.
Yeah, I'm sort of thinking of about a 2-1 to Manchester United. It is really difficult with all the forwards that we've got, and it was strange that we didn't score against Tottenham with all them attacking players on the pitch. I'm not sure how we're going to continue if Radamel Falcao up front is not scoring the goals that we've expected him to get. It is a bit disappointing, his goals return so far, but hopefully he can get some more minutes in this game, and hopefully soon start banging some goals in, because that is a bit of a concern there. Because Rooney has been on fire for Manchester United, and it is a bit of a dilemma how to play all these forwards up front. Do you think it is a bit of a concern about the fact that Falcao hasn't really got many goals so far?
No, I'm not too concerned with it just yet. I think the last game he should have put Wilson in to start, because I think Wilson would have gave a little bit more pace up top. He would have caused a few more problems, got in behind the back four of Tottenham. And that way then you could have brought Falcao off the bench for the last 30, 35 minutes, and he might have gotten a goal. I could just, I think not just Falcao, I think everybody was exhausted playing 2 games in less than 48 hours. So I'm not disappointed about it, because he had that really good assist, and he's got, what does he have, 2 goals, 2 or 3 assists. I think now if we don't see it in the next 3 to 4 games, if he doesn't start banging in the goals, then I would be concerned. But right now I'm not concerned. If we were losing too, that would be another worry. But I think I wouldn't pay the money for him now, £40 million. No, I wouldn't. I would spend it somewhere else, because you have Wayne Rooney who can play up top and bang in goals too. So, but I'm not concerned yet. It will be a concern in the next 3 or 4 games if he doesn't score 2 or 3 goals.
Yeah, definitely. I'm not sure whether we should pay the money for him at the moment, but the fact that he's on over £300,000 a week is a bit of a concern, because of the pressure that these players come under when they don't score goals. And we have seen a lot of great players come to the Premier League and not score goals and score them elsewhere. So hopefully we'll come good though soon. I think obviously the knee injury hasn't helped him, which is a problem if we sign Strootman at any point in time. We need to make sure that he's actually fully fit really first. That's why I would probably go for him in the summer rather than get him too quick. But it was great that we got Falcao on loan first, so then we don't have to stump up that sort of money. But I see that he's almost 29 now, so he's not really that young anymore. So I think any more than about 40 million, unless he has a couple of really good seasons in the next coming years, it's a lot of money. But overall, I feel that we will probably just win this game. I don't know if you've got any more thoughts on the game or anything else you want to discuss.
Well, I wanted to get your thoughts on Wilfried Bony being linked to City. Does that mean that Aguero is going to be out for longer than expected? Dzeko, Jovetic not have a future? I don't know what you thought about that. Talk about some of our rivals.
Yeah, I did see him linked with them. He has scored quite a lot of goals, and a few weeks ago I saw that he had scored the most goals in the calendar year in the Premier League, which is incredible considering the players that are playing the Premier League. But but I don't know. Maybe they will.
Got technical difficulties again. Good thing that was the end of the video, I think. I don't know if I'm still going or he's still going, but comment, like, subscribe, get your thoughts in, share this video with your friends. Find me on Twitter at Joey Tabor. Find Dan on Twitter as well. He'll get the link up, and let's get 3 points, and I'll see you after the game.